Trying to give me your millions. Want you some pilots, you got you a deal.
It's week 14 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Vikings and the Lions under the lights on Sunday night.
Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they've gone a full half season since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. These two teams, they met at Ford Field earlier this season with the Lions winning that ball game. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series. He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Ritter has it knocked down. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The Lions at 11-1 now on the year. They've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
And look at this defense for the Vikings.
They've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Switch, yellow, Smith, red, opposite, green.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Ready.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. This is taken at the 23. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Jamison Williams and the Lions get set for this next possession.
Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. The numbers for Gibbs from last week,
pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Another run for Gibbs here.
And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. He'll look to throw.
He'll let this go deep for St. Brown.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
The kick by Elliott is good.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Ritter to throw it. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Ritter now. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 38 yards. $13-0 is the score after 1 on EA. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Out of gun, here's Ritter.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings are back within a score.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So here come the Lions now.
Game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how did not, because they wanted no part of that one. And I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
They'll hand off to Reynolds.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Again, it's Gibbs.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to widen their advantage. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Ritter on 1st and 10. And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he's brought down. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Check white. Check pink. Black swap. Switch. Yellow. Smith.
Ritter.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again.
Ritter's throw taken in by Hawkinson.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is scooped up. There he goes, left side.
Down the left sideline.
Nifty move.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. So quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3. They'll set up to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Second and 3. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown from 3 yards out. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Hand off right side for Herbert. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Officer, green, blue, check. Yellow, line, check white, check pink.
Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Black swap, switch, yellow, Smith, red.
First down, here's Ritter. Oh, into a sea of defenders, have intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if finally we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Looking to throw it here, Ritter. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. Meanwhile, Ritter's and the throw here caught by Addison.
Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Here's Ritter to Jefferson on the slant.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Got it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Ritter will set up to throw it. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Ready.
Looking to throw once more. Here's Ritter.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where you see the final score there. Alec Pierce, a touchdown catch in the victory. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. And then finally, we wrap up the week with a good one on Monday Night Football between the Miami Dolphins and the Atlanta Falcons. In the first half, it was the Alabama man, Jahmyr Gibbs, who had it cooking. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin.
But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Back to throw, Ritter.
And that is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the fourth time tonight. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Detroit!
Jahmyr Gibbs
With his 19th touchdown, his second of the game.
and the Lions just continue to roll.
Teams always want to send messages. I think that was quite a statement there to start the third quarter.
Yeah, less than a minute in, already that quick long strike. They are setting the tone for the second half. Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown.
He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in.
Ready?
This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Set, hut. Set.
3rd and short. Ritter able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On the set. Hut, hut.
Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10.
His throw incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Down. Set.
Ritter back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 14.
Okay, ready? Hut.
Another throw coming up here for Ritter.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Watch out now. 50 furious.
2nd and 10 at the Lions' 14-yard line.
Hut.
Ritter to throw it. That'll be taken in by Shaheed.
Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings get a bit closer. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out. And really a lot of guys you could highlight on this offense with how well they've played, but he's one of them. So the situation, it's 3rd down in the 3rd quarter, and this defense just trying to get the ball back to their offense to get back in this contest. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're a lot of points put on the board so far by this offense. Now they're looking for more. Already winning here in the 2nd half, ball in the red zone. And he's brought down. 126 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their head.